Got some frustration in the customs.
All right, so it looks like we're going to get to the pick and ban phase. Now, I'm going to be interested to see what they actually end up picking for each individual, because normally the pick and ban, if you're not communicating that well, it's just going to be what champ you don't like. Like, I always ban Zyra in support.
Right. Yeah, I've seen a lot of games, especially in these SAE custom matches, where we've had to restart a couple times because the communication is way off or people don't understand how the pick and bans work. So hopefully that's not the case here, and we're actually all, on the same page about what's going on. Hopefully there's some good communication. I'm going to be really interested to see if there is what kind of champions.
So it looks like we've already got an Udyr on the side of Team 1, and Jarvan, and then on the side of Team 2 we've got a Yasuo. That's pretty standard stuff, at least
especially with
normally.
The latest patch. Yasuo, he's been nerfed recently. Riven also not a surprising pick there. Riven with taking Conqueror has just been absolutely terrifying lately. Yasuo with the critical changes, his passive has just made him an absolute monster. I'm gonna be really surprised though. We're already 5 picks in here, and I haven't seen a Diana ban. And I've never seen anything more terrifying in my life than the recent changes to Diana. I mean, I was
watching the Fly versus CLG game just a second ago. So I actually saw the Riven pick, for the side of Fly, and then CLG went Jax. Now the thing about that is they just zoned that Riven so much. I mean, they were just focusing her. The jungler, I think, was it Wiggly, just kept going in. They kept shutting her down every chance they got until she could not do anything.
Yeah, and that definitely makes sense against Riven. She's one of those champions, much like the Zed that also got banned, where you're either all the way on or all the way off. If you're not, if you're not extremely fed in lane and making yourself a nuisance all over the map, then you're really not having a role in that game.
Okay, so we saw the Thresh and the Zed ban, all right? And then we've got the pick Ezreal from Mystic Phoenix, and then Mila's going to go ahead and lock Nico, and Brandon's going to go with Poppy. We're waiting on Ninja Carry. It looks like he's going to pick the Ahri up. Okay.
So we might be seeing Nico into Ahri right here. That'll be a really interesting matchup to watch go down.
So Solar Winter's going to pick up Morgana for support. And I think she's pretty viable right now, especially with the Thresh ban coming out already.
Absolutely.
I'm curious if we're going to see a Pyke. I'm very curious.
I think it would depend on the ADC here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came out.
Okay, so Jax, there we go, just like I was talking about earlier. So if the jungler's going to... so it looks like Varoga... Now, does he have Smite on Jax? Is he going jungle? Not
he might
exactly.
Be. If Poppy's going up in the top lane, he might be going jungle Jax. I've seen that in a couple of matches to pretty strong effect.
He's going to pick out the Jace ban, which I've seen Jace so much recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Silas ban also not surprising there.
No.
I'm not sure that anyone, at least in this elo, has figured out how to play against him yet.
And Yorick, okay.
It's a bit of an interesting one. I don't know if they've patched him already, but I've heard talks about a potential patch for Yorick bringing his power back down. Kind of sad for him. It's the first time he's been semi-relevant in 6 years, and they're gonna.
Looks like we got the Alistar ban. All right, and Christopher going with Jhin. Now I know that is his favorite champion to play, and he is pretty good on it. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do bot lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a lot of really scary Jhin players. His range and his utility.
His 4-shot. Ooh.
Yeah, that 4-shot is just nasty. The Amumu jungle coming in on the blue side here. That might be. It looks like they're going for a really heavy lockdown build here, especially if he ends up picking that Alawi. This is going to be a frightening all-in team here.
Oh, yeah. All right, it looks like we got the full team comp. So they didn't ban out the Zyra, so I guess they're not too scared of it. We're also going to have the Alawi. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah.
Coming in from SS Ninja. And I know when I play with Christopher, my Zyra game is awful. So maybe he's just happy to have a good Zyra, and he's like, "Oh, dude, go Zyra. If you can play her, it's going to be fine."
Yeah, I think the Zyra pick there is only going to make Jin and his 4-shot all the more scary. Zyra and Morgana are both really strong lockdown champions.
Right.
So we're going to see a battle of the supports here in the bottom lane. Which one's going to be able to have more of an impact with the stuns and the damage there? I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. Nothing against Brandon, but I'm going to give this one in the top lane to Alawi. I've seen Ninja pull off some stupid plays on Yasuo specifically, and Alawi is just one of the scariest top laners. Just in general, her ability to apply lane pressure and zone you not just off of minions but completely out of lane makes her an absolute force to be reckoned with. I've even seen Alawi's once they hit 6, it's just impossible to gank that lane with her ultimate.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. Now, I'm really excited to see the Jax here and see if he'll pop off, or at least a little bit, because there is nothing more fun to watch than a fed Jax, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's just one of those champs that if he gets ahead, there's not much you can do about it. There's no shutting him down.
Yeah. The Jax, Master Yi, Diana, all of those are just, you don't see them a whole lot in the really high elo and up in like LCS and all that. But man, when you do see them and when they're on, man, they are on.
The one tricks, definitely.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Gonna mute my mic and fix something real quick.
Absolutely. I'm also going to be interested with the Jax pick there to see how he plays that into a Mumu. I think he's definitely going to be stronger in the jungle if he's able to apply pressure on a Mumu. Really, if we see some counter jungling here, some more aggressive play, I think Jax is going to be able to kind of run the board here. If I was playing this game, I would be more afraid though of the Amumu gank than the Jax gank starting off. I mean, Amumu, a lot like Morgana, just if he lands that stun on you, you are just going to sit there for the next eternity. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Definitely. And I am surprised you did talk about those one tricks. We didn't see. I mean, we see the Yasuo, we see the Ribbon,
right?
We see the Zed, and we see the Udyr. We did not see a Master Yi ban. I guess that's just from the fact that maybe they didn't think that he's going to be relevant in this, or they didn't think about it. Possibly. Too many more higher priority champs, possibly.
Sure. I think from the bans and the picks that I've seen, they're focusing on more high utility champions with the Thresh ban, the Yorick, Silas, and Alistair there. I think they're more afraid of the utility and the team fight potential there than straight damage than you would see with Master Yi. Plus, with the Jax and the Zyra picks on red side, as well as Morgana and Amumu on blue side, both teams have some extreme lockdown potential, and that is Master Yi's kryptonite.
Well, yeah, definitely. I could see that. The Amumu, so Amumu is a champ that I probably see once every 10 games. And when it's in the right hands, especially with his ult and the grab, he could just lock down teams. It's going to be interesting to see.
Absolutely. I think he's kind of like a Malphite almost in some ways with that. If he's able to land that ultimate and catch an entire team in there. I think with this matchup, like I said, in the bottom lane, I think it's definitely going to be a battle of the supports, seeing which one is able to influence the game there. Top lane, I think it'll be close. I mean, Poppy is notoriously hard to kill, especially with her knockaway. I give the advantage to Alawi, but I think really on the macro scale, the junglers are going to be the ones to decide the fate of this game.
They're going to be holding it together, yeah. All right. And this Ahri, so what do we have? We got a Nico versus Ahri in the mid lane. We haven't given much spotlight on them. What do you think about that?
I give this one to Nico. Again, like we were talking about the utility, just for Nico's utility potential and her potential to make plays all over the map. I mean, Ari is a really strong damage champion and really slippery, especially once you hit 6 with her 3 dashes there. But Nico, not only does she have the stun, but she also has her passive, and the damage that she can put out is definitely on par with Ari. So I think Nico is the bigger threat in the mid lane. So I wouldn't be surprised early on if we saw most of the jungle action focused around the mid lane, trying to push out an advantage there.
And we see Veroga. I'm still kind of trying to learn the runes myself, but sure. I do see that press the attack on Veroga with the Jax, and I'm thinking like, wow, okay, that's going to be great for Jax.
Yeah, absolutely. Jax, Master Yi, all those really heavy auto attack champions. That rune page is just a nuisance.
Oh, is this the new Morgana rework? Have they already put that in? Or the graphic update?
I don't think so. I think graphically she's rocking the Lunar Wraith Morgana there. I don't think the Morgana Kale update's rolled out just yet. I'm waiting for it though. I actually went back and watched some old League footage, and they have not graphically changed. Kale, at least, I don't know if they've changed Morgana, but Kale has stayed the same since season 1 of League of Legends.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it looks like we are going to get underway. And that one Asian guy and saying, good luck, everyone. Busy with some stuff. I'll post pics when I'm done. Cheers. And thanks for the support. That one Asian guy. I'm sad we couldn't see you tonight. So it looks like we're getting started here. First game of Lowy will be easy. Or be easy. Looks like we're just going to have a little bit of banter. Looks like, let's see, what was that? Needs a puppy skin? Poppy needs a puppy.
I think Poppy could use a puppy skin. I can see it.
I've
seen Stranger Things.
Season 1 or season 2?
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're gonna make me pick. That is.
Oh.
I'm surprised we haven't seen an invade here. I was really expecting with the Jax jungle that we'd see an invade or a little bit more aggressive play, but I guess both teams just gonna try right now not to throw the game too early.
And we're seeing the missing pings already disobeying the ground rules.
Oh yeah, of course. And we're only, what, 1 minute 20 seconds in? It's only going to go downhill from here.
Right. Alright, it looks like Jack's going to start on that blue buff. And we're going to have, let's see, a Mumu starting on the chickens. I'm going to walk down into the lane. So Ari and Nico keeping up with CS, and it looks like the ADCs are just now getting into lane. Morgana and Ezreal are going to be a little bit late getting in. I will tell you, rocking
the bottom lane bush.
I will tell you, I loved rocking a sorcerer or a arcane comet on any of my sorcerer supports, man. That is so much fun just to get that extra damage off. It looks like Amumu and Jax are going to run into each other real quick. And did he take that? Did he take that scuttle? No, he didn't. It didn't look like he got it off. Jack's going to get caught out early here, and it looks like Veroga might be going down, but he's going to flash out. He is ignited. He's got the heal.
Lands the stun on the Ari and the Amumu. Nico's going to come down to chase. Ari and Amumu are going to break off there. Nico going back to lane. Almost a double kill there for the red team this early on.
Let's see.
Down here in the bottom lane, we're seeing red team push an early advantage here towards blue team's tower. Although they did just lose the cannon wave.
And I will tell you, Jhin is one of those ADCs you do not want to get ahead at. Like, you do not want to let them get ahead at all.
Absolutely. I think especially with the crit changes. I mean, Ezreal has been a strong champion forever, but But Jin, like you said, is just you want to get control over that lane as early as possible.
And it looks like they're staying about the same. He's got a 4 CS lead actually over Ezreal so far, but that can change really quick with one wave. Not too big of a deal.
Absolutely. Up in the top lane here, we're going to see, like I was saying earlier, the zoning potential there from Alawi, pushing Poppy almost under her tower there for a second.
Oh, and it looks like we're going in. We got Jax and Poppy going to go in, but miss it. Can't connect off of it or anything.
Yeah, Alawi blowing the flash there. I'd say that's an acceptable trade. You don't get a kill if you're red team, but you might set up one a little bit later with that blown flash.
It looks like Jax is still going to hang around just a little bit, kind of provide a little bit of pressure, making sure he can't get too much of an advantage on that CS while Poppy decides to take the back.
He's going to do that though at the peril of losing out on jungle CS and getting the lead up to a Mumu.
And now tell me, you're a little bit more experienced in League. How much is the advantage on jungle getting that CS ahead?
Well, jungle creeps, provide a lot more gold and experience than minions do. So even though for the jungle,
it looks like they're going to go in on Alawi a little bit. No, okay, backing off.
You'll see on the junglers, they typically have lower CS throughout the match, maybe until the very end. But as far as gold and experience goes,
it looks like Veroga's going to come back in. Come back in on that Alawi, and he's going to first blood, going to pass it over.
He's going to land a stun on her. And Poppy, or Jax with the first blood up in the top lane.
And it looks like Veroga is going to fill it out with Jax. Had a rough start, but it looks like he'll be able to capitalize on that. And we got some action mid lane going on over here.
Stuns being exchanged, a lot of damage going back and forth. Nico is going to use her clone and get out of dodge. Jax is nearby. He senses the blood in the water. He might be trying to hang around here like in the top lane and help pick up a kill.
And isn't that what you predicted? You said it was going to be a mid-centered?
I figured early on we were going to see a lot more action in the mid lane. And I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen more of that already.
And look at Poppy just being pushed all the way back underneath that tower. He can't really do much here.
Absolutely. Even with the first blood gold, I'm not sure if...
It looks like Jax will be coming in. Jax going to try and help out a little bit.
Well, he's under tower. It's a good time to do it. She doesn't see it coming. She's a little bit late. Still doesn't have that flash up. The stun goes down on her. Jax taking a lot of damage. Jax goes down to the Alawi. And with the double kill onto the Poppy, what is happening?
Straight into Alawi's arms right there. That lead is now gone.
Good lord. This is what I was talking about early game. Even with the gank coming in, even after giving up the first blood, Alawi is just so strong with that, with the ultimate, which she didn't even use there, I don't think.
No, definitely.
Oh, no, she did, yeah.
She did use it? Okay.
With that ultimate, and just with her kit in general, so strong. Gang's almost a free double kill. If you only bring your jungler to the fight, you're basically giving up a double kill to the Alawi. In the mid lane, Nico's getting stunned, uses her her clone to get away from
Already looks like she's going to land it and the Ignite.
The Ignite. Tries to pop ultimate, gets the shield from it, and just barely survives.
You're gonna hang on for one more day. And so we saw the Jin back there while that was going on, getting his BF sword, getting a sight ward and some boots. It looks like he's just gonna prepare himself a little bit more and head back down to lane there.
Yeah, it looks like Ezreal also taking his first back, getting Tear the Goddess there and a pickaxe.
And it looks like he's only 4 CS up still. It looks like they're able to, just maintain. Probably going to push in that wave a little bit, but Alawi's going to be able to take most of it. And it looks like a fight's going to break down already. And Poppy almost taking that back again.
She does still have her ultimate, but look at that. Even with one ability, you can force Poppy there off of the mid lane, and with the healing, Alawi already has the health advantage after that exchange. Maybe it's because I'm just in low elo, but man, I think Alawi needs a little bit of a balance.
Well, maybe just a little bit. She is having no problem up here in this top lane.
No, absolutely not. And you're also seeing in the CS world, 56 to 38 advantage Alawi.
Oh, wow. And it looks like, who is that, Brandon up in the top lane? Yeah, he's having no problem. Oh no, that is SS Ninja, my bad.
Ninja.
All right, yep.
In a spot of trouble here. He's got the Alawi passive on him. He's going to be spawning tentacles. Not even safe under tower at this point.
No.
Alawi is going to capitalize on it. Go in under tower.
He's
taking tower shots, but Brandon is stunned. And Brandon's going to flash away from the tentacle and pick up the kill.
All right, evening out the... It's going to put a little bit of a gold advantage in. Just a few hundred gold ahead of the blue team now. And this is an even game so far. This is pretty good.
Yeah, surprisingly. I'm definitely surprised we haven't seen more ganks in the mid lane or in the bottom lane. Bottom lane's basically...
And if you look down there... yeah, if you look down there, you can see blue team got pushed way far back by the red team. And they had to take their back while red team goes ahead and gets a plate. And that's going to be... It looks like their second plate, right?
Yep.
And now going for a third? Let's see, and they're going to get that plate.
Who's going to be down there trying to set up for a gank.
All right, it looks like red team's going to go ahead and try and capitalize and get that dragon. I don't think there's going to be a way a Mumu can contest them.
He is 6. He does have his ultimate. They're not going to be able to take the dragon, but if blue team gets down here in time, they might be able to set up a really
And it's not going to be
fight.
quick enough. And he is so not scared of blue team right now. He's going to go ahead and take the scuttle and just keep doing his thing. He doesn't care.
I mean, I know they just picked up a dragon, but really the crucial objective here, the scuttle crab. I mean,
yeah, very important.
But much like in football, how they say special teams win games, or defense wins games, special teams win tournaments, dragons win games, scuttle crabs wins world championships.
Yes, they do indeed. And it looks like if you look down there, that CS lead is going to widen just a little bit for Jin. 82 to 69 right now. And up in the top lane, it looks like still some damage being dished out on both sides. They're both kind of low, but Jax is going to be coming in on the bot side. And he's going to get rooted and stunned, and it looks like they're going to be able to live another day here.
He's going to be forced to back off here with the minion wave not in his advantage.
And back up top, they're going to take that fight. Well, look at Poppy backing off now. She realized she's in a really bad problem.
This is not looking good for Poppy. Almost no health, and with the Alawi passive, she's going to be forced way out of lane here. 3 CS and tower gold for Alawi.
Like you were talking about, Alawi's such a dominant champion. Even though going to take that tower shot just a little bit.
Just
still going to get the cannon.
Yeah, she's playing a little bit over-aggressive there. I mean, Alawi's strong, but you, even on a strong champion or a fed champion, you have to acknowledge your limits. And I think that was really what gave the kill there.
Overall, for both teams, the gold lead there is none. It looks like they've evened it out a little bit.
Dead even.
Going to be 2 for 2 with the red team taking 1 dragon. And which dragon was that?
That was the stone dragon. So they're going to have a lot more damage onto the towers to be able to take objectives, hard objectives, a lot more easily. As we've seen with the really aggressive play so far by the red team and their ability to push up in the lanes, that is definitely going to be an asset. In the mid lane, huge fight going down. Ari with a lot of damage, gets ulted though.
And it looks... Oh, and Milla is going to be going down.
Mumu coming in just to make sure everything's all right. Nobody needs his help.
Give him a pat on the back real quick. And you're going to take out that red ward right there. You see now Morgana's clearing the ward out and try. Going to be no vision over there for the red team. And Ezreal, going in on the Jhin. But Zyra's going to be able to back him up. And it looks like this is turning around.
Morgana with the ultimate block there, but she is going to give her life for it.
And that's a support's job. At the end of the day, we just hope you get out alive. I can confirm that.
She did save the Ezreal, but she gave up the kill gold in the process. Honestly, if she hadn't blocked those shots there, it may have been a double kill. So
it may have. And it looks like he's just going to run away. Christopher going to run away with that CS advantage. But up in top, we're going to have a little bit more action, but causing Poppy to back off a little bit. And it looks like it's going to ping for Jax to kind of walk over, but that ward is placed right there. So Alawi should be able to see that and back off.
Yeah, she's not
it looks like Jin's having trouble over here with the Amumu, but he'll escape with his life for now. Look at how low they got that Amumu.
Yeah, the Amumu and Jin just dancing on the edge of death there. Morgana's going to come in and try to find a cheeky kill here. She's not going to land anything.
All right, and turret plating is gone. Do we know what advantages they took from that? It looks like only bot lane
yeah,
took advantage of that.
I believe bot lane and Alawi up top also got several turret platings. And on top of that, she's going to pick up the double here.
Oh, it looks like it looks like Poppy's gonna get away. She's such a wily champion. Being able to send you flying and get away really.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, that mobility has not been helping her too much in this fight against Alawi.
But it looks like Nico's gonna come in and just make sure, try and maybe get the tentacles down and protect that top tower for now. But Arya is gonna push in the mid lane, and now you gotta think, why would they sacrifice that?
It's a good question.
And it looks like Nico's just going to have a hard time with the Alawi already.
Yeah, I think from Red Team's perspective, they're probably more afraid of the Alawi getting big than the Ahri. Ahri, you can
look at all the damage putting out on Nico.
Absolutely. Ahri, you can shut down, but Alawi, not so much. She's like a diesel engine. Once she gets running,
it looks like we got a fight down here bot, and that Zyra is going to have to back off. And it looks like it's going to be fine.
Both teams trying to set up for a dragon here. Red Team, the only one with a pink ward down.
And it looks like the first tower is going to go to blue team. So going to set them up for a little bit of a gold advantage, just 300, not too much.
Not too much now, but you got to remember that gold advantage is going on to the Alawi, so that could turn into a huge snowball later on.
And it looks like Jin's going to have the Infinity Edge here, and Ezreal's going to have the Mana Moon. I don't know if I said that right, but...
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, like you were saying with the CS advantage, Jin absolutely taking over the CS in the lane. 129 to 98 right now.
And it looks like Amumu's just going to be down here bot, just going to observe things, see what's going on. Alawi's just going to push up top lane, get rooted by the Nico. Doesn't look like much is going to happen here.
Gets her ankles broken a little bit there by the clone.
And that red team middle turn is so low. You've got to think, is that going to be their next priority, or is they going to go for the dragon? Looks like neither team is going for it right now.
It looks like a red team here has done a full rotation. Nico and Poppy switching out lanes here. I'm going to see.
And you see that Jin. If you see down there, Jin and Zyra have pinged the bottom tower, so they said they're going to take that, and they're going to take that for that top tower earlier.
Yeah,
a little bit of payback.
Going to bring things back around to a gold lead for the red team. Poppy now backed up under tower with no minions. He's going to get charmed, take a lot of damage. He's going to pop the ultimate, though, with Jax. They're going to clean up the Ahri. Nice. If I was red team, I would take this advantage to possibly look for either a tower or a dragon kill here. Now
look at that. Baroga just barely saving the life of Poppy over there.
So just in
Brandon.
the time. Jin also coming up
and
at the top.
They're going to go in on that
on the Alawi, and they're going to pick it up.
And I will tell you, his Jin game is scary, and it looks like he's going to capitalize and get it.
Yeah, when you were talking about it earlier, you were not lying.
Did anyone really get damaged by that? I mean, Jax, I know we've got the lifesteal.
That was a pretty clean. So it was a pretty clean engage there on the top lane. Blue team though is going to come down here and start setting up for the dragon, taking out that the ward by the red team, putting down some wards of their own in response.
And Jin almost 40 CS ahead, and it looks like they're going for Rift Herald, so they're going to respond and take this. And I don't think either team's in a position to contest the other right now.
think you're right. Trading a Dragon for a Rift Herald. Ari is going to come up and try to maybe get some vision here, maybe get some kind of, maybe catch someone out and then change her mind.
Yeah, she was definitely in a dangerous spot down there with everybody else down there doing the dragon. And so what dragon was that? That was going to be another Earth?
Yeah, another Earth dragon.
But it looks like blue team has had no problem taking towers already, so it's just going to give them a little bit more pushing advantage for that Alawi up in the top lane.
Yeah, and with all the pressure that's already been exerted on the mid lane, red team is going to be forced to group up as a response, but that's going to leave the Alawi free reign in the top lane, not only to build more
just
of the CS
do what she wants.
Yeah, but also to push those towers. Now with the Earth Drake buff.
So now they're playing a game of bet, and I don't know if blue team... I think blue team will win this bet, and they've got to respond right now. So the bet is right now that they could clear out mid lane before Alawi can clear out top, but they're just going to respond, send 2 players up there, and try and back her off, and it looks like that's going to happen.
Blue team also looks like they're going to split off there with the Amumu, or maybe not.
Amumu's deciding, he's like, oh no, I think I'll stay down here. Yeah, allow you. You've got this.
He hasn't really been very decisive this game. In fact, I don't think I've seen him gank the lane yet. Maybe I just missed something.
And just look at that. We're going to see Jax already has the Bilge Water Cutlass. And look at Amumu right now. Amumu is just sitting there with the Cinder jungling item. And he's going to have a CS advantage of about 30? Yeah. About 27 to be exact. But, you know, math. So Jack's just going to walk right past that pink ward down and try in bot lane. It looks like he doesn't care.
Yeah, doesn't even care. He's trying to answer for the Alawi right now and realizes that there's no blue team competition in this area.
I think maybe right now he's trying to tell them, like, hey, I'm going to push this bot lane in.
And just to reinforce it, he summons in the Rift Herald. With no one on blue team, they're just now pinging this. They might be able to take an in-hit if blue team doesn't react fast enough.
It is going to be a dangerous game, and Ezreal and Morgana are going to try and come down and answer that call, but it looks like they're just going to be able to get there in time.
In the mid lane, we're seeing a lot of stuns go out. Speaking of a dangerous game, play between the Neeko and the Ahri there. Neeko is going to be the last one to blink, though, picking up the kill on the Ahri. Poppy also cleaning up the underfed Amumu, and they're going to capitalize on this, taking a tower.
And Jax is finally responding to that pink ward down and try.
Big plays there for the red team, getting a double kill in the mid lane, as well as a tower, and using Rift Herald to pick up a tower and a half in the bottom.
So it looks like they're going to be 4K ahead right now, getting a strong gold advantage.
Absolutely, 4K and 4 kills at the moment. Top lane really the only one the red team has to worry about, and with the ADC and support moving up there against the Alawi, they've been able to hold their own so far. Now,
and I feel... Oh, go ahead.
At this point in the game, blue team, the only, like I was saying, the really only threat they have is the Alawi right now. If I were them, I would be absolutely playing around that as much as possible. We've seen them try to use the split push, get countered by the red team, just because blue team, like I said, doesn't have any other threats to draw red team's attention.
But if you look right now, red team is going to send a lot of players just around top. They have a lot of that top presence, but Ahri is going to spot that out and ping it just in case.
Looks like they're trying to set up for the Baron, but Ahri is going to come and counter that. Blue team, though, they've got momentum on their side. They're about to pick up a turret here. They're going to get a few backs by the red team, and like I said, I think if I were them, I would play around this Alawi, use that to push an advantage on the bottom half of the map, and then maybe try to take the Baron or some other kind of objective there. Just to get
it
back
looks like exactly what they're going to try and do is take that advantage on the Alawi, but Alawi's going to get caught out right now. Spell Shield coming out, but is it going to be enough? And it looks like going to get the kill onto Jhin and then onto Poppy, but Poppy sends her flying as Ezreal just barely misses that ult. But Ezreal now in a dangerous spot.
Neeko trying to come in and help out with the ultimate. Not quite enough. She's going to pick up the Alawi kill, but Jax is going to go down as an answer. Zyra, though, with the stun onto the Morgana, is going to pick up that kill. Neeko, with her mobility, is going to chase down. Look at that walk-away auto-attack onto the Ezreal.
And if we can get a taunt in there real quick, it'd be perfect.
Exactly.
I mean, it looks like every advantage blue team is trying to get, red team is just answering right back and saying, okay, you want to do this? We'll do it better.
Blue team had the opportunity to get a really good fight there. Went in with the Alawi, managed to pick up the Jax.
And red team is setting up for that Drake already. Is that Cloud Drake? It looks like they're going to go ahead and try and grab it.
And blue team is going to come and try to contest that, but it doesn't look like they're going to show up in time.
Not
blue team
even
definitely
close.
needs to back off here. This is not a fight they want to take, especially after getting whooped in the last one. Blue team, I think their fault there in that last engagement was they just tried to stay in it for way too long. Red team had the people in the top lane rotate down to answer for the Alawi. I would have just tried to take the Jax kill and the Jhin and back off. But they stayed in it, and Alawi just couldn't hang.
It looks like Jin's going to have the Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire Cannon, and Boots of Swiftness as compared to the Ezreal right now with that Muramana and the Stinger right now, and the Sheen, okay, coming out. And it's still got a pretty significant CS advantage as it looks like they're going to set up around Baron, both teams kind of pushing in and out.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen Jhin be a real force in this game with his CS lead and his damage. Speaking of damage, good lord, the Zyra by herself, no problem, just deleting Morgana from the game. I think the support war has been won there.
Yeah, you can definitely tell, you know, flexing those support muscles just a little bit.
That's got to make all the support mains out there feel pretty good about themselves.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and, just going to take a few tower shots and then give it over to Jax, but they're going to have to back off because Ezreal coming in. And it looks like top, Alawi and Amumu are going to push in that top tower as a respawn.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that they're backing off from the mid lane tower there. Ezreal really hasn't been a huge factor in this game, and as we've seen from the ultimates and abilities that he's been able to land, hasn't really been able to dish out a whole lot of damage. Jhin, absolutely dominant in that lane. Speaking of dominant, up in the top lane, the three-man gang is going to bring down the Alawi. The stun going out onto the Amumu, and Nico is going to pick up the kill.
Yeah, looks like they're going to take both of those, and now it's red team's game right now. It's going to be very hard, 6-15, and a pretty good gold advantage for blue team to come back from this.
Absolutely. Now, you see objective-wise, blue team, even though the tower, or red team rather, even though the towers are tied, have definitely been more objectively focused, taking Rift Herald and 2 dragons to blue team's only 1 mountain Rift there, Rift Drake, whatever it is. Red team also going to take another tower up in the top lane, pushing that advantage, and they are not messing around. They're looking to end this as quickly as possible. Also seeing the split push in the bottom lane by the Jax.
And Jax is such a good split pusher. I mean, he can really just go through minion waves. It doesn't even matter, and go through towers like it's nothing. They're going to go ahead and take that blue buff, too.
Absolutely,
just as compensation.
I mean, it doesn't look like Amumu's going to need it. Yeah, even, you know, you see with Jax, he's been able to have such an effect on this game with his split pushes and his team fights. Enough to really even match the pressure by Alawi, even though you can see the kill and CS difference there from the Alawi. Jax just so strong at playing that role.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it looks like they might catch Poppy out here, right?
Yeah, she's not able to back quite in time. Doesn't have that barrier
Gonna
back.
have to burn the flash.
Ooh, that was unfortunate by Brando. Did they have that bush warded while he was backing, or did they just plop that down?
I think they just plopped that down. No, look at the time on it. It looks like that was already there.
That was just a lucky catch right there.
And we got a big fight coming out in the mid lane.
Poppy is going to give her life for that ultimate. Not sure why she went in so deep there. The rest of her team was falling back, but she was determined to get
It looks like they're going to respond.
They're going to go in. Nico, with the shield, is going to get the ultimate onto the Morgana. Everyone else can flash out. Nico flips the Poppy's on.
And it looks like he's going to go ahead and take it. Just barely. It looks like Ari's going to go ahead and charm and get the ignite onto the Zyra. Jax is fighting off that Ezreal, and it looks like he's going to pick that one up.
Definitely a favorable exchange there for the red team. 4 kills to 2. Red team might be able to get an inhibitor off the back of that. Jhin and the Jax here are going to be pushing the advantage in the mid lane. Jax trying to catch the RA in the jungle here, and it looks like he's going to do it. Goes back to the bush. He blows up the flash, gets the stun, picks up the kill. Easy, lemon squeezy with the emote on top. Look at that. I'm surprised that's the first emote we've seen in this game.
That is. I mean, it looks like everybody's been playing nice. Everybody's been playing fair.
No longer. Blue team is going to come back online just in time to protect this inhibitor. Although they are going to lose the tower here. Jax though is going to get hit by the
Looks like we're going to catch him out there, but it doesn't even matter.
They are too built at this point. Blue team really doesn't have an answer for this. Red team also pinging the dragon.
It looks like it's going to be up now. Is that another Earth Drake spawn?
Another Earth Drake, yeah. Blue team is also going to come in here and try to contest. They pop the ward down. They're not
We're
going to
a little bit early on that queue.
Just a bit. Lowy is going to go in balls deep there.
Yeah, the Muumu's getting caught out by the Zyra. He's going to have to run away.
A lot of damage going onto the Poppy. Poppy's going to go down, sacrifice her life for the ultimate, and this time it looks like she's just going to knock Lowy to safety. Jin getting
it looks
caught
like they're
by
going to
the
catch
snare.
Jax right there, but not going to be able to capitalize off it. Look at Alawi over here, just trying to tell them, come on, come take me.
Jax just barely missing that taunt there.
And look at that Jin ult zoning out the rest of the blue team. And it looks like Alawi's going to be able to get that kill on.
Yeah, with the passive there, she's going to get the kill, and they're going to use that opportunity to get this dragon. See, this is what blue team needs to do if they want to crawl their way back in this game. Is play
and
off
red team said, we're not going to
Alawi.
let you go easily. With that Nico ultimate coming in to slay that Morgana, and they're going to respond, but the Ezreal ult's not going to hit anything with the Zhonya's from Nico.
Good Zhonya's there. Ari also going to trade Zhonya's.
Mumu with the ult.
Now I finally seen the Mumu ult, and it's going to lead to a kill on the Jin. He is going to trade his life for a teleport coming in there from the Poppy.
Look
She's
at that
not
Poppy
done.
coming in.
Yeah, she wants a rematch here, but blue team is going to get the hell out of dodge before she has the chance. Even though the kills there, well, I take it back. Blue team taking 3 kills to only 2 losses there. Good trade, and as well as picking up a dragon. And that was a good example of them playing around their strengths, playing around the Alawi.
And playing on that back foot.
Absolutely, and forcing red team there into the corner with the dragon. Red team really wanted to pick up that dragon. They didn't feel like blue team could really contest that, didn't respect the potential from the Alawi. And she had her way with them as a result. At this point, blue team needs to just keep doing that. Keep finding red team at their objectives, putting them in a corner, getting them grouped up, trying to land the Amumu ultimate into the Alawi ultimate, and that's going to pretty much render them useless at this point. They're down, but not quite out of the game just yet.
And I definitely think we're going to see from the red team trying to end this game quickly. Because it looks like they have now realized that blue team realizes that red team's not as invincible as they think, but it looks like Tower's going to land that stun.
Yeah, Big Bad Alawi is not there to help out this time, and they're going to pick up another kill on the Morgana.
And it looks like he's going to get some much overdue work done on bot lane if he can. But it looks like, oh, no, he's going to decide to push it out. Poppy thinking about responding, kind of hesitant, just going to place the ward down and say, you know what, allow it.
With Alawi on bottom lane, red team, though, is going to take the opportunity to go for the Baron here. They feel a lot safer without Alawi to come respond to that. Blue team is going to hang around and maybe try to contest it. But again, without Alawi, they really can't take this fight.
That Ezreal coming in. Oh,
he's going to miss it. It was close, but no cigar. I actually thought he was going to pick that up there for a second.
I thought he was too, just like Graves, no cigar, and they're going to go ahead and try and grab that blue buff away. Jax is going to be over there. He's going to say, hey, I'm here. Just want to let you know. But it looks like Zyra's going to go ahead. And we're going to walk straight into the plants and just run away. Very sad, very sad.
Sad, it is sad.
And they tried to respond to Alawi a bit, but it looks like they're scared of her too and just going to let her walk away and let her take Scuttle.
Yeah, Alawi, though, managed to pick up 2 towers there for that Baron trade.
I think if I was a betting man, I would still say red team's got it. They just need to end it soon. They need to get a good team fight in, and they need to get the kills they need. But Jin is going to get stunned by the Morgana and just take that arcane comment to the face.
Yeah,
that is what I love about that. It's so much damage. It's just a little bit add-on, especially with those stuns.
Yeah, it is just, man, what a terrifying ability in the right hands. But yeah, I definitely agree. This is still red team's game to lose, although they haven't quite put it in the bag just yet. Jax and Alawi there kind of trading places, both pushing in those sort of untended to lanes.
It looks like Jim with the ult's going to go ahead and take that Morgana.
Absolutely, Nico blowing the ult there on the Amumu. He's going to get snared and dropped.
Nola's going to take it away.
Ari, though, gets the taunt onto Jin, and they're going to pick up the kill. Nico trying to flash in to help, but she is too little, too late. 1-to-1 trade there in favor of the blue team, picking up an ADC.
And if you look over there up at bottom lane, Alawi is making her way. She's walking fast.
Yeah, Jax.
Poppy's going to be here to respond to that.
Jax is fast, but not quite fast enough for that one. And Alawi, not afraid to fight under tower here, popping a shield, is just going to have her way with the Poppy. Although she's going to buy time there for the tower for sure.
And now it's just a game of who can kill each other's inhibitor first, but it looks like the first one's going to fall anyway to the red team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a base race if I've ever seen one at this point. I'm surprised. I'm still kind of surprised that we're seeing the Alawi with the split push after those really strong team fights in the jungle there. I think if they grouped up, they would have a much better chance fighting this red team. I think blue team, even though they're behind, still have a much stronger team fight with that.
That dragon's going to be coming up soon. It looks like they're pinging it. Red team's pinging it, saying, "Hey, we need to put some attention over there."
I wonder if we're going to see a repeat of that last dragon attempt. It's going to be up in 5 seconds. It looks like both teams going for it.
It looks like Alawi's going to make her way over there, and blue team's starting to move. Red team's trying to clear out and get that vision just advantage.
Alawi again coming in through the river. She misses the grab that time.
And look at how scared the red team is of Alawi right now, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and try and go in, but just take the dragon away from them, slip it right out under their noses.
Good zoning there by the Nico, forcing Alawi off with that with the clone, while the rest of their team picks up the dragon. I'm actually kind of surprised that red team or the blue team didn't go in harder on that. I think they would have a little bit more confidence after that last team fight there.
Right, and it looks like you're going to have a little bit of topside pressure coming from bot, and then Nico's going to be there to answer the call from Alawi and try and say, hey, no, you get no more split pushing. I'm going to be here to try and fight you off.
Alawi going all in there with the flash. Nico's going to answer with the ult, and it just tickles Alawi. She's going to be forced out, but she is in a bad position, having to run into the blue team side. With the Alawi passive on her, she gets grabbed again. And she's going to go down to the minions there.
And it looks like maybe that was the stall they needed, though. If Alawi doesn't back here, Alawi still tries to push in that wave, we might see a victory from red team, but the teleport is going to come in right on top of the minion wave, and it's going to cause the red team to have to back off. And look at how big that Alawi is.
Absolutely.
I mean, she is just walking through.
8 kills, 2 assists, almost 300 CS there. I'm not going to lie, if I was red team, I wouldn't want to fight her either.
He definitely knows how to stay on his own island. I will definitely say that.
Absolutely. Although, blue team getting a little bit negligent there, letting the Jax push in, almost picking up a tower there in the top lane. He is going to go down, though, to the combined damage of the Ezreal and the Amumu.
Just the Alawi ultimate is so strong. Look at Jin being forced to back off.
Jin
holding on to that fourth shot.
He's going to have the passive as well, putting not only him, but the rest of his team in jeopardy of the tentacles there. Red team... They're blowing their advantage here.
Look at Alawi just going to take this fight. Just does not. Oh, and it looks like the Jin ult is going to come out.
Jin's not even focusing on the Alawi there. Misses a couple of them. They do pick up the Alawi, and they're going to chase down the Ari. Ezreal with the ultimate going out. Doesn't get a whole lot with it. They've still got the Alawi passive. Even in death, she's still present with that passive there. Tentacles coming in, trying to do some damage.
But we still got 40 seconds on the Alawi, and it looks like Ezreal's going to go ahead and go back to base. They can push this on Baron, or they can try and take the base.
Looks like they're going to opt for the Baron here.
Morgana setting up over there in that blue bush. Just trying to get a little bit of vision, just kind of see what's going on.
I think this is a smart move by the red team backing off to take this Baron. They know if they don't, blue team will, especially if they get another
Morgana are going to walk up to respond. And I don't think they're going to be able to do much here. Morgana with the flash into Zanya's, but just
Interesting
gonna
play
give her
there.
life right there.
Yeah, blows the flash and the Zanya's for not a whole lot. I'm not sure if she's really worth gold at this point, so maybe that's the strategy.
And that, wow, maybe.
Blue team, though, too slow to respond. Red team is going to take the Baron.
And it looks like we do have a little bit of tilt from Milo over here, saying there is not a champion I hate more in this game than Allow. So they're definitely going to give him something to think about in this next ban phase. I promise you that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've heard him complain a lot about Alawi in the past, and again, I'm shocked that we didn't see an Alawi ban and we didn't see a Diana ban. Maybe we weren't quite in the chat for very long, so maybe they had a gentleman's agreement there against the Diana.
Maybe it was. And it looks like Red Team's just going to go over towards top lane now because that's why the bot lane's too far pushed up, and looks like Blue Team's going to be there to answer that with Poppy coming down bot ever so slowly.
She might be putting
Jin's just going to take the farm
there, though, by trying to get that split push. It's essentially a 4v5 here in the mid lane. Even though again, Red Team's been ahead, but not that far ahead.
I don't know if you caught that, but that Jin is so strong right now. Just did 1,300 damage onto a minion with that 4 shot. And look at that. You can see the inhib turn. Just taking 1 shot and already going down, and then they're going to put it to half health. While Poppy does come in the bot and allow her forcing to respond in the mid lane. Looks like she's going to grab the Jin Spirit. Go ahead, put off a little bit of damage onto him. But Poppy is going to take that bot lane.
Absolutely getting the tower there, opening up some opportunities for the minions with the Baron buff. Blue team forced to respond here. Red team is going to rotate up towards the mid lane, looking to capitalize on this open inhibitor. Although Alawi is going to be there to defend it. She gets the Jin Spirit again. Jin forced to back off. It's very low health here with the Alawi passive. And the Israel from downtown is going to pick him up.
And Blue Team saying, yeah, you might be winning, but we're not going to let you have it that easy. And that Ezreal now 6-3 to the Jin 6-4. Looks like he's evening out just a little bit here. Still a massive CS lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Down but not out. He is still more of a factor now than he was earlier.
And look at Jax over there in the top. Going to go ahead and take the turret. Maybe a fight going on in mid now.
Poppy going to go down to the Alawi ultimate. Alawi, though, is going to get dropped by the exchange with Nico's ultimate there.
And look at that. Did you see the flash behind Zyra? So causing the skill shot to hit Zyra instead, while Jax is going to take that top in hit. And it looks like they just can't control that split pushing, as Jax is going to jump onto Ezreal and get the kill, and it looks like it is Red Team's game.
Red Team just with too many threats. They're going to come down and get their third inhib here. Blue Team, they still have Ahri, Ezreal, and Alawi on 30-second timers. No answer
and Red Team's going to take the back here and just say, hey, deal with the minions in your base. We're going to go maybe play Dragon, maybe play some other objective, maybe go get some other
I'm honestly
item.
surprised by that. I know they don't quite have.
And watch Jin, he's picking the Dragon. Jin's picking this Dragon over here and say, hey, I'm going to get this started, Nico. If you could come just help out a little bit, and I think they're going to be able to take it for free.
I'm not going to lie. I'm really surprised they're going for Elder Dragon instead of finishing the game out. With that super long cooldown, honestly, they could have taken the fight against the Amumu and the Morgana there. I mean, not a huge threat from those two. They didn't have a whole lot of minions in their favor, but I would be hesitant of stalling this game out any longer than it has to be if you're Red Team. They got a good team fight in Blue Team's base, but I don't think, I don't know, I feel like they still need to respect the threat there from Alawi. I mean, she did almost take the team fight in her favor there just with that ultimate.
So the thing they've done right now is with all 3 of those turrets down, it is going to be very hard to get that Alawi to be able to split push and do what she does. And then the team fights, if they can just focus and get that damage out as quick as possible and take her down, the rest of the team doesn't really seem to be a threat.
No, they definitely all seem to be kind of supports to the Alawi at this point.
We're going to look at 10k gold lead also from the Red Team, 30-17 for them.
I'm kind of shocked, honestly, with as much of a lead as they have. 17 kills to 30, 5 towers to 9, 67.5 thousand to 77.5 thousand. That Red Team is still under threat by the blue team's team fight. It just goes to show how strong the Alawi is, as well as just the effect of really good coordinated team play. I think if blue team was a little bit more cohesive here, that honestly they might be able to defend their base.
They're gonna look for that fight. It looks like they're gearing up for the fight, and Jin's still coming in here. It looks like he does have double buffs on him.
Alawi's gonna go in though. He's gonna pop the ultimate, almost one-shotting there. The Poppy. Morgana, Zhang again, not really sure why.
Though, gonna be able to put down the damage and take that Morgana out. Amumu with just a sliver of health is gonna get away.
A sliver. Hey, look at that. Hanging on by a thread. Blue team forced to back there with the super minions, putting pressure onto the Nexus towers. Red team is gonna go all in here. They are not gonna give blue team any room to breathe. Both towers going down at the same time. Still a bunch of super minions putting pressure on the Nexus. Alawi's gonna jump in. Trying to catch the Zen, and she is just going to get melted. Too much damage
over there, jumping on the Ahri, and that looks like it's going to be the game.
Too much damage, too many threats on the red team. They're going to have an answer for that Alawi, and then some. Close game for a while, but a lot better team play, more coordination, and just more threats there. Team making their way onto the red team, and finally into blue team's Nexus. Good game by both teams, though. Very exciting one to watch.